So about a week ago, the HUD, or the heads-up display on the Defender, started going out. Now, I say started going out because it wasn't just completely broken. Sometimes it was on, sometimes it was off. And there was no rhyme or reason as to when it was working or when it wasn't working, hot or cold or whatever. So I figured I must have shut it off in the settings somehow, even though I haven't touched the settings since we bought it. And before we get started, I just want to say that this is for Jeff and the rest of the crew. Let's get rid of these. Well, speaking of sunglasses, I wear corrective lenses when I'm driving because I can't see very well. But when I drive, I prefer to wear contact lenses. Whether true or not, I feel like I have more peripheral vision in my contacts than I do in my regular glasses. And then also for night driving, there's no glare if I'm in my contacts. And that allows me to wear, whatever sunglasses I want. But in the past year and a half of the pandemic, one of the problems that I was faced with is not being able to get back to the optometrist to renew my prescription on my contact lenses so that I can order more. I prefer daily wear contact lenses, so I just, toss them out rather than cleaning them. It's been a while since I was able to renew my prescription, so I ran out. I've just recently been able to get back into the optometrist so that I could order my contacts through 1-800-CONTACTS, where I've always gotten my contacts online. It turns out that I didn't need to wait because 1-800-CONTACTS shipped to me my contacts before verifying my new prescription. Like, I got the shipping notice and it was on its way, and then 2 days later they say, "Congratulations, we've verified your prescription. You can go ahead and order your contacts now." So perhaps I should have just tried it back then when I ran out, but, well, here we are. Anyway, the reason I bring this up is because I ran out of contact lenses and I started driving with my glasses on, which was fine. I just got used to it. The difference was I only have one pair of prescription sunglasses, and I don't often wear sunglasses anywhere else other than when I'm driving because I like the higher contrast in bright situations. I didn't realize it at the time, but it correlates to the time that my heads-up display started going out. And that's because my prescription sunglasses are polarized. Now, if you don't know how polarized lenses work, they filter out light that is being reflected at you in a single direction, whether it's side to side or whether it's up and down. For sunglasses, you always want to filter out the side-to-side wavelengths of light that are coming at you because that's what's reflecting off the road, so it removes the glare from the road. Well, it just so happens that that's the way a heads-up display works as well. So all of the times that I thought my heads-up display was not on, I was actually wearing my prescription sunglasses. And it didn't dawn on me until about a week later, a week of it fizzling out, sometimes being on, sometimes being off, that when I was driving and lamenting that my heads-up display was once again not on, and I lean over to adjust something on the console over here, whether it's adjusting the air conditioning or changing the radio or whatever I was doing, I was leaned over, which means I was no longer sitting up straight and my head was tilted. Well, when my head tilted, all of a sudden I could see some of my heads-up display. Then I looked back and it was gone. Tilted my head again, and then just reveled in my own ignorance. The moral of the story is, if your heads-up display is not working on whatever car you may have, and you're wearing sunglasses, take your sunglasses off first just to verify that it's not your sunglasses that are just filtering out the light that's being reflected off of your windshield. Which begs the question, can you just not wear polarized lenses and have a heads-up display at the same time? Because they're both for increased safety, right? And the polarized lenses are to remove the glare that would prevent you from seeing objects that you would normally see. And the heads-up display is so that you can keep your eyes forward and not have to look down to check your speed or to check your gear selector. Although, you shouldn't be changing gears while you're at speed. But, this heads-up display also shows the posted legal speed limit. Yeah, so my HUD works all the time. I just can't always see it. For the time being, this is no longer a problem because I've been able to re-up my prescription on my contact lenses, and I have a fresh new supply. So we're good to go. And I am ordering another set of prescription sunglasses that are not polarized in the event that this happens again and I still have this vehicle. Because this is the first heads-up display I've ever had, and I've grown accustomed to it. I like it. It's a very nice feature. So that was my latest mini adventure with this vehicle. But the weather is starting to change here, so that's great because that is my favorite time. I prefer to go off-roading when it's cold and kind of frozen outside. I don't like a deep freeze, but I also don't like it being very hot outside. And so during this time of year, we get a lot of rain, we get a lot of mud. Some creeks freeze, and the ground freezes a bit. So you've got the mud, you got a little bit firmer ground. It's a weird mix. It's just it was the time of year that we were introduced to off-roading in Land Rovers, and it's the time of year that we prefer to do it. There may be nothing to it, but that's the time that we prefer to do it. So hopefully soon we're going to get this knee deep or wheels deep in the mud or a creek or something. We'll find something someplace soon.